Good evening, class 12 students. And since the new session has begun, I'm taking up the first chapter in the book Flamingo, The Last Lesson. The last lesson is narrated by a young child called Little Franz, and he narrates the entire story. Now, let me tell you the background of the chapter. The story is based way back in 1870-71 when Franco-Prussian War was going on. That is, the war between France and Prussia was going on, and Prussia was trying to unify all the places wherever Prussians or German people were there. And later on, as a consequence of this effort, Germany, the country, came into an existence. So the situation here is that Russia has won over the area of Alsace-Lorraine, and little Franz lives in Alsace, and he's late for the class that day, and he is very worried as that day his French teacher is going to take the test of participles, and he does not know anything about participles. So maybe he didn't pay sufficient attention in the class, and though he is attending French classes, but he does not know the very basis or the basics of participles. So he is worried. Secondly, he is late, and then when he is running towards the school, he sees hears the chirping of the birds in the wood, and he watches Prussian soldiers practicing their drill, and is so much tempted to bunk the class, bunk the school, and to enjoy a day outdoor. But little Franz gets over all this temptation, and he rushes to his school. On the way, he passes by the town hall notice board. Now, town hall is something like the Nagar Nigam, the municipal corporation in our cities. And in those days, the town hall center was the center of news of war. All the bad news came from there, whether it was a casualty, it was a result of the battle, or whatever. So he was very surprised to see a lot of crowd in front of town hall. And while he was rushing, somebody even said that don't rush so much. You have the entire day to go to school. And he thought that person was making fun of him. So now when he reaches the school, it's absolutely silent. And he is very worried because usually there used to be so humdrum, so hullabaloo that the noise could be heard even outside school. But that day it was absolutely silent. Then as he goes inside, this is the first different thing that he notices. And so then as he goes inside, usually by this time the children were settling in their seats, and there was lot of noise coming from the classes. But that day even the class was already settled and everybody was in their seats. So now Franz is little disappointed because he had really counted on this settling in of other students so that he could sneak in the class and nobody would notice. But since it was all very settled, so he went to the door, and his teacher very politely, for a change, very politely, he allowed him to come inside. Instead of punishing him, he was really very much apprehensive, and he thought that his teacher would punish, Mr. M. Hamel would punish him. But that day, for a change, Mr. M. Hamel spoke to him very gently, and he said, please come and take your seat because we were going to start with how to you. And then he notices, these were the two things. Now the third thing that he notices is that Mr. M. Hamel is wearing the finest of his clothes, which he usually used to reserve for the parent-teacher meetings or other formal occasions in the school or Sunday prayer. So he could not understand that why he was dressed like that. And finally he noticed the biggest surprise of all, that usually the back benches which remained empty, that day old Mr. Hauser, the head of the town hall, and so many other old villagers were sitting over there, and that too many of them with their almanac, the diary and everything in their lap, and all sitting there very quietly. So while he was noticing and wondering what all is happening in the class, Mr. Hemel had started the lesson, and suddenly his turn came to answer, and he could not say anything because he did not know even the basics of participle, and he felt so ashamed. Now he comes to know that it was the last lesson of Mr. M. Hemel, and he is very much upset with the news, though earlier he never liked attending French classes, and he didn't like his teacher also, whom he found very strict and stern. So that day, when he heard that it was the last class, he was very upset, and he did not notice how his chance to read and answer came. And when he could not answer, Mr. M. Hemel did not scold him for a change again, and he said, it is not your fault, it is the general tendency of people in Alsace that they keep postponing things, and parents do not realize the importance of going to school and learning French. And he says that now how shameful it would be that when many of us would not be even able to speak French, and then the Prussians would make fun of us that you claim to be French and you can't even speak your mother tongue. So that he conveys, and he also is angry at himself that he also maybe did not take the classes so seriously. Very often he used to give break to students and go for fishing trip, or he would tell the students to water the plants in his garden. So he says that me and you, that is all the people in the village, are they should be scolding themselves for being too lenient or too careless about learning of French as a mother tongue. And then he praises French for being, first, it is the most beautiful language in the world, and then secondly, it is most logical, and it is very sequential. So he says that it is most logical, beautiful and precise language in the world. And so he says that you all must remember that this language, our mother tongue, is the key to our freedom. So he has not accepted the verdict that the order from Berlin had come that Alsace would be transferred to Prussia now, and he says that till we remember our culture, our heritage, especially the language, we will be able to fight back for our independence. It would be the key to the prison of slavery. So from then on, he went on to take various periods in his class, whether it was writing, it was grammar, it was history. For writing, he distributed beautiful notebooks to children on which Alsace France was written, as if he was asserting that whatever may happen, but Alsace cannot be taken away from France. Now, another fact was that he would be leaving the place very soon, because the order from Berlin had come that that day was the last lesson of French, and French will not be taught there anymore, and it would be German that would be taught from the very next day. So he will be leaving that place where he had been working for 40 long years, and that is why the older people had gathered there to pay their respect to the teacher who had given 40 years of his life trying to teach the people of the village French lessons. And he must be feeling so nostalgic. He's trying to recollect all that is happening there, how the situation around him had changed. The trees had grown up and the creepers had reached the roof. And while all this recollection is happening, Franz hears the cooing of the pigeon, and he wonders that whether the Prussians would be able to make the pigeons also coo in German instead of French. So that is the level of curiosity, as well as we can say that it is a sense of rebellion that the Prussians could force the people, the humans, to follow German, but will they be able to curb the cooing of pigeon or other birds also and making them speak in German? So with all these thoughts, the day comes to an end. The church bell sounds, and the gong that declares the beginning of the church prayer also sounded, and also the Prussian soldiers were marching nearby, they were returning back. All this made Mr. M. Hemel feel so upset and nostalgic that he could not speak anything, and he just gestured the students to go after writing Viva France on the board. That meant long live France. So he is definitely a very patriotic person who is refusing to accept the verdict of the war, and he is going to shift somewhere else in country so that he could resume his teaching profession. So basically it has valuable lessons for us, and it tells that patriotism stems from inside. The language holds the key to our independence, and he tries to give his maximum as a teacher. He tries to give his maximum to the students that day, and even the students find, little Franz finds the participle lesson so easy, which he never found. So with all this, the last lesson of French comes to an end. I have just tried to summarize the last lesson. The narrator is little Franz. The teacher is Mr. M. Hemel. The locale or the setting is the village of Alsace. Lorraine was along with it but not mentioned in the story. And erstwhile it was in France, and now it was going to be in Prussia during Franco-Prussian War 1870-71. The story gives us the lesson in patriotism, how we must safeguard our language, pay attention to language learning, not to take the school classes easily, like not being careful enough to attend it properly, and one should also pay attention to proper learning of mother tongue. Here French being the mother tongue, and the story talks about the last lesson of France, as from the very next day the German was to be taught in that place. So I hope you like the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and give your feedback in the comment section. I would look forward to it.